socialite and slave owner who had a body count in the 100s.
She didn't have that type of body count. It was more the body count that slowly piles up in your basement. Her name is Madame Delphine LaLaurie, and the sadistic things she used to do to the slaves she owned were so insane that people of that time thought it was shocking. You see, Delphine had a basement within which she would conduct disturbing experiments. Now, legend has it, she attempted to turn a human into a caterpillar by amputating her arms and then peeling back her skin to look like scales. In that basement, she was also known to cut the bellies of her slaves and tie their intestines around their stomach. On several occasions, she would stuff some of her slaves' mouth with animal dropping and then sew their mouths shut. Now, as much as she hated her female slaves, she truly despised her male slaves. Cutting off their genitals and limbs was common practice for her. She would also break the bones of some of her slaves and allow them to heal in weird, deformed ways. It's said that one of her victims had their legs broken and reset to resemble a crab. Also drill holes into their skull and scramble their brains. Now the list goes on, but I think you get the point. What she did in that basement is truly disturbing. Now people outside her family didn't know the full extent, but she had been told off by the authorities at the time to take better care and not to be so cruel. But her final doing was when one of her slaves decided to fight back. And they got their revenge. Exposing her completely.
This socialite is one of the worst people you will ever hear about. What she did will make you feel sick.
The things that Madame Delphine LaLaurie did to her slaves in the 1800s will make you feel sick. She would do things like torturing her victims by cutting their legs off and performing sadistic body transformations that even for the time were considered cruel. But her undoing came when she chained her personal chef to the stove. After years, the woman could not take any more, and it is said she decided to burn the whole building down in an attempt to expose what was happening in the basement. As her mansion went up in flames, Delphine managed to escape safely outside. However, she left all her slaves chained and locked in the basement. Some bystanders even requested that Delphine give them the keys and that they would run into the burning building and free her slaves. But she actually refused. Nevertheless, some of the bystanders ran into the building, kicked down that door themselves, but were horrified what they saw when they opened the door. They simply could not believe how deformed all her slaves looked. So she did get exposed and was put on trial for cruelty. But before anyone could get any justice, she had escaped to France and simply disappeared after that. Till today, her house still stands in New Orleans, but is considered to be one of the most haunted houses